they live or die by McGravy, and so we'll see what kind of game he has here. Is he going to be able to keep up with Bacon Jack?
So he's actually going to be playing Diva.
Yeah.
So he's going to be on Diva for the most part. What's really interesting about the adaptation of EnVision we've seen over time is it used to revolve around Jaru, used to revolve around McGravy, and now it's adapted to another style. It's around Saini on DPS. It's around this man and allowing him to excel. Let him be the unicorn of your team. Let him play what he feels like he should be playing in situations and work around that. And so Saini's going to have a lot of pressure on his shoulders, but there's something that I almost guarantee Flash Wolves and most people out there will not be expecting. And I don't want to ruin it just yet in case they save it for another day, but there is something very specific about Saini if you know his past, what we would potentially see. And I'm not talking about past in Overwatch, I'm talking about past before Overwatch, what he used to play. Don't ruin it if you know it. But we're going to be seeing...
Sorry, my life's been only Overwatch, so I don't remember anything before that.
I'm really glad. Because we're going to be seeing a specific hero out of him, and EnVision has worked around a plan to make that hero work.
We're going to be going to Oasis for our first map here between Flash Wolves and EnVision, and Oasis has been Farah's playground.
Yep.
So we'll see if Saini will be going back onto that. I mean, he looked fantastic. He had incredible stats. If you actually look at it on Winston's Lab, he had incredible stats just on that far. I think he broke like 1,300, 1,400 as like the hero ranking on that rating from that match alone. It was nuts to see. But yeah, also we have to look at Shane here. So he's coming in place of Numluck, who stayed with them for the majority of contenders, but he's going off doing bigger and better things at this point, getting ready
streaming on his 4G in England. No, he's still in the US. No, Shane, yeah, this is his first LAN, but he is a player that you might not recognize off the face, but he's been scrimming, trying out, and ringing for a lot of top teams, a lot of pro teams. So he has a lot of experience, not necessarily on the stage, but as a player, he 100% does. To go back to the Farah thing really quickly, what is Flash Wolves going to run? Because I don't think we're going to run Farah Mercy. I don't think they have the ability to run Farah Mercy against this. So I think it's a lot of pressure coming to Sonda on the Soldier to make it work.
Yeah, they've been pretty one-dimensional. They're really characterized as a Tracer 76 team. Now, they can go for Farah. Zonda plays that generally for them, but they feel more comfortable if they are not going to have that 76 to have Zonda on the Genji instead. Now, we're loading on to Oasis for our first map of our second match of the day. We're almost halfway through now. It looks like we're going to be loading on to University. Oh, no. This is Garden. No, this is University.
Don't second guess yourself, man.
I don't spawn that often. I'm always, too busy on the point. Sorry, I play the objective, Jason.
Well, I talked about, seeing McGravy on Diva, but they're actually going for a triple DPS composition off the bat on University here. We're going to see Zonda on McCree, so he has to switch over to another hit scan here, but Bacon Jack going to be on the Tracer, and Jaru, honestly, is probably going to avoid taking these one-on-ones. That's where Bacon Jack excels. That's where he looks for these fights, is to try to catch you off, and Jaru's playing off to the side, which he could be caught out. So Jaru has to kind of change up his style and be very careful against Bacon Jack. Even Zonda, as he goes straight into a flashbang.
Great flashbang. Zonda, that's going to be 2 kills going over. Now, Fozik's trying to bring this back. They got the res onto Fire, but EnVision are getting forced back as they're waiting for the respawn.
I'm surprised to see them actually go for any sort of fighting there. Like, I don't think Jaru needed to be that aggressive, because let Saini just ring down these rockets. Only Zonda can deal with them, but you're going to have a lot of healing and a lot of ability to focus healing over on a Saini when you have a Roadhog like this by McGravy.
Zonda, a little taste of the hot hand right now as he's on fire with that McCree. He's already got his ultimate. There's 5 online for the side of Flash Wolves here as EnVision. They're working into a huge deficit in terms of ultimates.
And they've actually gone for a big swap for EnVision here. Putting McGravy back to Diva, putting Shane over onto Winston, and Saini off the Farah to Soldier. So again, they're playing the composition that we know Flash Wolves are using. So they're going to know exactly how to counter his Sonda 2 HP, get so much distance created. But this is going to be a strong start for EnVision.
But still, Flash Wolves fighting back. Both supports now down on the side of EnVision. There's the Primal Rage as EnVision. Saini, he's getting bullied around. He will fall to Jongi, and already Flash Wolves have secured 50% on the board.
There's a point I want to get into about Saini, but I'm going to have to wait till this map's over. And I hope you remind me to talk about this, because it's really important about him as a player and how EnVision is going to work around him as their big damage dealers. So far on the Soldier, he's got 70% on his Tag Visor. A lot of ultimates have been committed out of Flash Wolves. You can see only the Valkyrie can be online for real mid tier.
They got Momo's mech, and they're going to take him out immediately afterwards. Chain, the one that takes him out, and without the mech, they push forward with that Tactical Visor. Now we do have the res. Bring back Shane as Realman is trying his best, but he'll fall as McGravy turns his focus onto him, but this still, Flash Wolves are fighting back. Zonda able to get the headshot kill onto Jaru, forcing out that Valkyrie, the res, onto Jaru, bringing him back and immediately makes value off of it, taking out Zonda.
And you so far see Jaru just ignoring Bacon Jack. He's not trying to force his fights against him. He's trying to stick with his team to focus that one person down and that one person down only. So far, it's actually been working out for him once they've been able to get towards this point. But we're going to be in overtime before they finally do turn it over. So no mistakes can be made for EnVision now. And Flash Wolves have time to just build up a lot of ults and then, push off the back of that. How is EnVision going to stall for another 80%?
Yeah, they have to be careful. They committed both support ultimates into that last fight. Fire, though, able to build up 50%, but still a little bit of power trough on the side of EnVision as they've only got the self-destruct and pushing forward now. Here's the Deadeye coming out from Zana. He connects onto 2. That's Fozik's down. He'll finally fall to self-destruct, but still damage done, and he's brought right back by Realment.
Jaru looking for the 1v1, immediately just turns away from Bacon Jack. Actually, no, he's still continuing to look for it. Bacon Jack ignores him, realizes he can do more damage up front. Zonda will go down to McGravy, so we will see EnVision stall for some time. They do not have a Valkyrie anytime soon. Bacon Jack with 40 HP, he's going to need some healing somewhat. They have turned the point around, and now EnVision have to just trail in one by one. I don't think they have the men available anymore to do this, Jamerson.
No, Sinkler coming in with a triple kill to round out this point here. So it will be Flash Wolves winning out on University. So now remember, this is a best of 3 on controls. So already they're running out of time on the side of EnVision.
So there's a point I wanted to talk about Saini that I've seen over his career, and he's been a very hard-working and dedicated player. He was really well known for playing the sniper in TF2, and that's when he came into looking for a team in Overwatch in the beta, and when the game came out, he was pretty much focused as like a Widow guy, and that was it. People didn't see him past that. But he pushed really hard to become better at multiple heroes. He worked on his Soldier, he worked on his Pharah. We've seen the results in his Pharah, and he has the dedication to make whatever hero you need for your team, like Gods, for instance, from from xCloud9, make it work. It just takes a little bit of time. So I wonder if EnVision have been able to go from transitioning from contenders to here. Has that been enough time for Saini to really be that big DPS player they need?
Oh, Zonda with the opening frag, forcing out the immediate res. Fozix will fall as Johnny's able to focus him down the trade. Realman gets the res back onto Sinkler, but going back and forth. It's going to be man advantage now for EnVision as Realman falls, but once again, it's going back and forth between these two teams. Jaru trying to get the D-Mech onto K-Momo, and he will forced out of his mech now. No, he's actually able to stay alive in it. McGravy is the one that falls on the side of EnVision, and Jaru trying his best to keep this alive.
There's a lot of nice little stick on the Jongi. There's a lot of pressure been put onto Jaru actually, because Saini's not going to be looking for a kill on the Zonda. I mean, obviously we'll look for some damage, but he tries to avoid him for the most part. Try to hit the tanks, try to hit the supports, ideally hit Sinkler and kill him. So who do you send to deal with Zonda? And Jaru, he just really can't do it. It's really hard for a Tracer to deal with the McCree, because if you get flashbanged, your life's over. Also, you don't want to commit the res for a Tracer. Yeah,
and Zonda is just connecting every single shot onto Saini, keeping him on the outside. Saini just not able to get reliable damage off. Damage boosted Rocket takes Zonda down low, but he'll get healed right back on up, and they're catching this dive. Flashbang comes out. Jaru is gone. Will Fozis go for the res? They've lost Saini in the meantime. Also already man disadvantage. It's Flash Wolves. Almost the entirety of the team on fire.
Well, you see there, they dive in with McGravy and Jaru. And Zonda's still able to get the flashbang off and kill Jaru there. You can't rely on the Tracer to kill him, and you're going to need to switch something up. I'm not sure if I fully agree with running this comp over and over again. Because, yeah, you might be able to deal with Bacon Jack decently well by constantly keeping him under pressure.
Ooh.
Nice, so Conk Blast comes in. He gets 2.
That's
Jongi!
a double!
How do you kill Winston there? Unless he must have leaped up onto that point and they got knocked off right after.
All right, you can't res that, and so that's the go button for EnVision as they are on the point. 55%. K-Momo is about to get D-Mech'd and destroyed by Chain. Coming alive so far on this Winston, and now Jaru's cleaning up. Melee kill onto Bacon Jack, taking out his counterpart, and with that, EnVision will flip it over.
They turn it around like 30% earlier on than they did in University, so they have a lot more time to work with, and they have the opportunity to make some mistakes and work their way back. But it's going to be a big fight here. Zonda, he got the double Deadeye earlier on. Was able to take on Fozix and Saini on University. He's been looking for it yet again. I don't know what avenue of attack he's going to go for. Well, I can tell you it's going to be the wrong one, as Saini's able to take him down with the rockets.
Once again, the opening frag onto Zonda is going to force back Flash Wolves. Realman going for the res onto Sinkler, even though they could have just reset there. So that's going to stall them out just a little bit more. The self-destruct coming up. Was it McGravy there? But Saini able to connect those rockets, taking out Jongi, and that's going to force back Flash Wolves once again, but they still have plenty of time to get back into this.
I really want to see EnVision when they get pumped up, when McGravy's yelling for the team, when he's the fire that they need to kindle this sort of comeback. 45% and counting, but still Flash Wolves have a lot of ultimates to use. Barrage, I think, is going to be really big. I think Jaru's going to look for a stick onto Momo, onto K-Momo, get the D-Soon, and then follow up with the Barrage to just win this fight easily.
But that's who you have to worry about. Zonda now finally getting his revenge on Saini, but Saini is instantly res. We got the pulse bomb coming out. Well, Fozix goes down, but it's going to be Saini and Shane coming on in. Shane with a double kill with that Primal Rage. Make that a triple as Sinclair falls. Now they've knotted it up 66 to 69% now. EnVision sitting in a great spot.
So Zonda, again, is going to have Deadeye up. This is the third fight in a row he's had it available, but hasn't been able to use it because Saini's been all over him. He doesn't have the opportunity to push in this direction because the distance that Saini can fight with here is a little bit too rough, I think, for Zonda to deal with, even if he is hitting these shots. But you can see Saini trying to be very aggressive, not trying to be passive at all.
Oh.
Auto PS, and again, the damage-boosted rocket forces the res directly onto Zonda. That's a 30-second window now that EnVision have to work with to maybe close out this map.
Realman is getting close to his Valkyrie, though, so he's going to have another res on up if he wants to go for that. Jongi gets the D-Mech onto McGravy, and that's the window of opportunity that Flash Wolves were looking for. Fozix brings back McGravy. Will he be able to get the remake? No, he falls, and now it's Flash Wolves just pouncing on EnVision. But it was in overtime, 99% secured by EnVision.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like they wasted any ultimates there. They're like ready to go into the next fight.
Yep.
It's like perfectly timed for them. And this is going to be a little bit of time for them to work with. Again, Zonda has not used his Deadeye. He's been holding on since the entire map. But K-Momo, the man we talked about, is having some amazing self-destruct, is going to have a great opportunity here, especially when you have Fozix and Saini trying to stay in the air to stay away from Zonda.
Yeah, this is Garden. We see it time and time again. With a self-destruct over the top, if you don't use your cooldowns correctly, you can get caught out here. Fozix has to be careful. He did just use his Valkyrie form, as we have Saini getting focused down, but he's getting healed right back up into this fight. No kills going over quite yet, but it's a double barrage taking out Sinclair and Realmint. Now Saini even able to stay alive through this, and it's EnVision able to flip the point on back. No, not quite yet. With the cleanup onto Bacon Jack, they'll do it. I don't think Flash Wolves will be able to get anyone onto the point, so we're going to a point, to a third point here on Oasis, and it's going to be City Center.
Did Fire just get a double boot kill?
Yep.
With Lucio? Like, I don't know how often I see that unless it's like a death hit kill. Really well done. Again, the man on your screen, Saini there. Isfar really came alive. I mean, that's a perfect map to have it happen on Garden. Like, the ability to play so safe on that map is so easy. Unless you get aggressive. The only time he did die was a little bit too cocky against Zonda, and when they didn't have control of the point. Now, we'll be loaded in the next map here in Oasis City Center. I can already see your face and what you've been pointing out. I want to wait till it's actually locked in and good to go.
Yeah, we don't want to curse it.
The threat, though, far on this map can be very deadly. But we're seeing Saini sit on Widowmaker, and I think this is something that they're no way is hell going to expect. Shane's going to have a tough time. The man coming in for the team to play solo tank against teams in a meta where solo tanks die, where Winston's get exploded.
Will he be able to buy enough time, though, for Saini? Saini already in position, trying to connect with these shots. He does land a body shot onto the Tracer. That's going to be Bacon Jack. Forced to use his recall. Now, the Repel up onto the high ground. K-Momo tries to go down for Shane. Shane won't be able to make it out alive as Saini even kites back. He's getting focused down now, but it's going to be Fozix. Res onto Fire. Saini eventually will fall to Bacon Jack, so now it's the man advantage for Flash Wolves.
I think Jaru's feeling out this match a little bit more. He's been able to actually survive against Zonda a lot better. Able to dodge out these flashbangs, but you can see the kill feed, it's all blue. There's no way that they're going to be able to hold on to this. And actually, it's not even Jaru playing the Tracer. I just realized it's McGravy playing the Tracer. So switching things up, and it looks like McGravy's already giving the respect to Zonda that maybe Jaru didn't do.
Is McGravy going to swap, or will he stick with this Tracer? I mean, this triple DPS style. Saini now swapping on over to that Soldier 76. We'll see if it works out. We haven't seen triple DPS in quite some time. Now, McGravy, he's got the Pulse Bomb at the ready. Can he stick it onto Realman? That's the value target that you're really looking for here.
It's going to be hard to hit it since Valkyrie. McGravy's going to miss that Pulse Bomb, unfortunately, but he's still behind the team. He's still looking for Zonda, who's actually very low on life, and they're able to get the kill with the help of Jaru. So the dive works out, the Valkyrie has been popped, and Jaru's looking for the resets.
That was a great play coming out from K-Momo to cover Realman's retreat there, but still, despite all that, that's the team kill coming in for the Flash Wolves.
Yeah, but they use Valkyrie, right? They force that. All they're going to have is a trance now, where they're going to have their own Valkyrie and a sound barrier and a blade. So honestly, the way EnVision are playing, the fact they have a Lucio in this triple DPS comp totally lets me know that they've practiced this and they know what to expect and they know what they need to play with it. Hopefully for their sake, they can bait out this trance and then get the blade off the back of that and really start to snowball this fight because they need to get control quickly.
This is, you say control quickly, but this is City Center on Oasis.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can do that. The dive comes out. Sinclair forced to use his Transcendence there as he was getting focused down by the Winston. Primal Rage comes out, but Zonda, oh no, he shoots it into the berry, so he's not able to get the kill onto that. Now here's the blade coming out from Jaru. He's on top of the Mercy, but he'll fall to the melee. Bozix brings him right back into this. Shane is able to take out Realman, and now Flash Wolves looking to clean this up as quickly as possible.
Next level Winston boop to knock Zonda behind his own shield to save his life. And that was totally not intentional, but that was sure as hell sexy to watch. Jong is eventually going to fall, and EnVision will turn the point here in a second, but that was a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, 100% power of will.
God damn you.
90% pleasure, 10% pain,
but
and 100% reason to remember the name.
It's 97 to 8%. This is the same position that EnVision were in when we were at university.
Yeah, that's true.
They're playing super far behind right now. Will they be able to hold on to the point? And once again, this is Oasis. They lost Shane, instantly rest. Bozix brings him back. And so now, right now, we have Flash Wolves falling back just a little bit, but that allowed Bacon Jack to get the kill onto Jaru. Now they're pushing forward. They've got the man advantage. We do have the Valkyrie out on the side of Realman. Realman dropping really low, but he does have that passive res coming in from the ultimate. They get the flashbang, focus down Shane, and they're cleaning up.
I mean, they engaged properly. EnVision, they forced the fight when they have speed. They have the AoE healing that they're just not going to have on the other side for Flash Wolves. But the trance up for a second for Sinclair. Bacon Jack has been able to deal with the DPS extremely well so far. The point will be turned back over. Sane is going to fall right in the middle of his attack visor. And I don't know how long we're going to see the stall here, but we're going to see EnVision throw everything they have into this fight.
Yeah, Jaru just accepting his fate there. The Pulse Bomb to put a final kibosh onto Oasis. We do have McGravy trying his best to keep this alive. He's going to flash on in, but he'll fall. It's the flashbang to finish him off. And once again, the stall's coming out for EnVision. But with that final kill, it's going to be the Flash Wolves taking the first map in this 4-map set.
Yeah, really well done. I mean, we didn't really get to see Bacon Jack fight enough on the kill feed that often. It was more Zonda. Zonda really had a fantastic first map in this series. And for a player who I consider to be kind of lackluster during the season, definitely proved me wrong there.
This is one of the things that happens to Zonda often. He gets focused down a lot. And we got to see Saney try his best to do that. And that was a great triple kill coming up from Shane.
Just like, yeah, just get off this place. Just get out of here.
Like King of the Hill there. But yeah, that's going to be Flash Wolves taking the first map up against EnVision. But EnVision got a lot of fight in them there. We saw that, you know, it was a 2-1. It was hard fought coming out from EnVision. They had a lot of pocket picks to come out, so I like the preparation they're coming in with this matchup.
Well, if you're excited for pocket picks, Jamerson, I think everyone at home should be excited for what we're going to see coming up soon out of Flash Wolves. Assuming they're playing the way they have been in their scrims, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and our next map, it is going to be Escort when we do get back from the break. But yeah, that's going to be as we move on to commercial break. We'll be right back, guys.
人类一直在接受考验，冲突和战争使我们不断进步。每一场战斗都让我们变得更强。 弱者沦为落寇，彻底消失，而强者将晋升为王，永世铭记。
Welcome back, and our MVP of that last match, it was Sinclair on that flex support role. Zenyatta, he did come alive on the kill feed quite often there, but I feel like on the side of EnVision, they ran that gamble, right? They tried to go for that triple DPS down, didn't really pay off for them, and did hurt them ultimately in the end.
I don't know, I think they weren't expecting maybe Zonda to be playing the McCree. I think they went to that assuming he's going to be playing like Soldier, because like Soldier's not going to do... Soldier can counter Tracer.
He doesn't have the control, right?
If you don't hit the Helix Rocket, then you can't be Tracer in the fight. And I think they didn't really expect necessarily to come in, and I think that really caught them off guard. And hell, it caught me off guard. I didn't expect Zonda to play McCree so well in that first map of the series.
No, during all of our prep, we were just expecting Tracer 76. That was their style coming out from them. We barely saw any McCree coming out from Zonda, but he played it to a T there, and that helped Flash Wolves get that victory. And now we're moving on to map number 2, and it's going to be an Escort. And so, remember, in our map pool for Escort, it's just going to be Gibraltar, Route 66, and Junkertown. So it's going to be the first time we actually see Junkertown in pro play.
Way to spoil it. Hasn't even been shown on the screen yet, Jamerson.
No, you ruined it right there by saying it was a spoiler. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, we're going to Junkertown.
That'd be the first time.
We're going to Junkertown. We're going to see...
Going down under? Well, I'm trying my best to make you feel more at home, Jason.
That was
I'm trying my best to do Uber, but I mean, I'll never be able to pull that off.
That was bad, and you should feel bad for that impression.
I am the worst. Remember my Zarya? Remember with the Zarya? You don't remember the Zarya?
I remember Hex's Sombra.
No mercy. Oh boy. Okay, I don't even know why I try at this point.
Was that even like you trying to put a voice on?
She says that. That's one of her voice lines.
Yeah, but you didn't even try saying it like her.
Well, I already told you.
Where's your Russian accent?
I'm a little bit sensitive about it, all right? I'm really bad at impersonations, okay?
It's all right. It was okay.
Yeah.
But it's better than someone out there, at least. But yeah, no, so something that we've been noticed, or I've been told from some of the people who have been streaming against Flash Wolves, is that Zhongli's not necessarily been running Winston, because when you dive with Winston, it's just too easy to kill these days.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have the defense matrix from D.Va. The fact that her defense matrix is been cut down so much, it cuts down the ability to keep your Winston alive.
Well, we saw MVP Space do it. Yeah, MVP Space did do it, where Kuki was swapping off. You saw the Widowmaker, the Reaper, the Roadhog instead. So we'll see if they go for that kind of style here. It's Junkertown. It's our first time seeing this on Escort.
Yeah, so this is going to be fun to cast. First time casting.
Yeah. I've played this map twice. I've played this map twice myself.
That's not bad.
Yeah. 100% win rate.
That was
so I'm the best.
That was more times than I played Horizon Zero Colony when I had to cast the first time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That was rough. But Orisa is something Zhongli's been picking up instead of Winston.
Are we going to see the Orisa possibly Bastion?
No,
which I see in a lot in comp play, by the way.
I know, right? I was really scared. Actually, I asked all the teams, just the English-speaking teams, like, are we going to see Bastion? Because that's always
Is that a thing that actually happens, or is it just my ranked games?
Yeah, it's just our ranked games.
And so
that's what happens when we're playing at silver levels, Jamerson. We
no,
need to get better at this
I thought
game.
it was. Oh wait, yeah, we're silver. It's
Hex
Hex
like
that's
wood.
less than 500.
Yeah, he's gone down even more. But we're seeing the Orisa and the Zonda Widowmaker. This is a comp they've been using quite a bit in scrims. The shield can be so frustrating to deal with.
I mean, it's what, like an 8-second cooldown, 9-second cooldown, something along those lines.
Yeah, it's like 8, and it's like 800 HP shield.
900, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. Numbers are hard.
Make it even more difficult to deal with.
But now, no defense coming out quite yet, as they're waiting just to go back for this final bend here on the initial portion.
We're gonna have Widow v Widow. Look at this,
Widow v
Saini up
Widow.
against Zonda. But the thing is, Zonda has the protection of a shield, where Saini's not gonna have that.
So Zhangyi just hiding behind his shield so far, and they don't have the damage really to try and burst it down on the side of EnVision.
Yeah, so they're not running like a Reaper, they're not running a Roadhog, they're not running a Junkrat to deal with it. You can see Zonda knows exactly where Saini is going to be, so I want to see Saini go for a trick shot. The problem is even the trick shot he can't deal with this one. This is going to be a dive in though. Trying to
about to fall, will go down. Instant res comes out from Realman, bringing back Sinclair. So it's just an exchange favoring the defense. Finally, Fozix gets in, but they have lost the mech. McGravy might go down. Now it's going to be Fozix that will, and with that, the defense will hold.
This is the worst tease ever. Right now, we're seeing Widow v Widow, and yet they've not hit each other or killed each other once. This is making me really sad.
I mean, Saini can't. I mean, he's hiding behind that 900 HP shield is Zonda. He will ultimately fall. It's McGravy with the Baby Diva will finish him off, but still, a minute 30 burned off the clock from EnVision here, and they were just short of bleeding out first.
Yeah, and Saini was able to do more damage because he already had his info side up, where Zonda's only at 90%. So he's able, to hit more people and do more damage overall, but he wasn't able to confirm any kills.
Here comes a dive. Chain tries to get on top of it. It's going to be Saini finally winning the Widow duels there, taking out Zonda. It's a 2-for-1 exchange, a 2-for-2. Fozix is gone. Realman is going to be there. The Battle Bongo gets destroyed by Jaru with that Pulse Bomb, but still, it's mostly Flash Wolves at this point winning up this fight. Jaru trying his best to keep this alive. Game Momo, will he be able to get back into his mech?
Looks like he should be able to here. Realman has gone down for the self-destruct, though, so no more res available. The payload is getting so close across the line. This Orisa is just going to be free pickings. It's like watching a pack of lions hunt down an antelope in the Serengeti.
They were all just jumping on her, like at different angles.
Oh, it's so rough to be Orisa there. But Zhangyi will switch off, so it looks like he doesn't want to commit to this anymore. They want to go a little bit more dive heavy. Because to be fair, like for a Tracer, there's no way as an Orisa you're going to kill a Tracer.
Yeah.
There should be no way you ever kill a Tracer. And you're just free ult percent.
You just got to hope. You get a few ticks on the headshots.
We have to use your E to like pull the Tracer to a tight area.
Oh yeah,
and,
it does the slow,
fire.
right? It does the slow.
You have to hope for that, but you can blink away from it, so it's a little bit rough, but Zonda's still sticking to the Widow. I love the Widow.
So is Saini. He's got his Emperor sight.
He's been more successful so far.
Oh yeah, this is the second Emperor sight while Zonda is building up towards the second right now, but Sinclair starts it off, taking out Jaru, just spamming those Orb of Discord as Saini gets jumped on, but he's got the repel to back away.
Yeah, Big Jack trying to chime in.
Oh!
That's gonna stick.
We've seen this before, but Fozix comes in for the instant res, and
wait, so Saini actually got the kill onto Bacon Jack before he did dive for the Pulse Bomb, so great shot out of him. And they have the res advantage because you know what, Fozix is here. There's no way that Realman's gonna get this aggressive to get a res onto Bacon Jack.
The angle that Saini has to come in, though, is a bit predictable, so that's why we're seeing consistently Zhangyi just jump on top of him. Realman trying to get focused down. Now Shane, even committing the Primal Rage into it. Will he be able to take him out? No, Realman, he's got that Valkyrie. He's taken to the skies. He's going to fall back as K-Momo's going to use that self-destruct. Will he get his mech back in time here? Going to be able to call it down, but Saini that comes in takes out Realman.
Yeah, Saini's... He's not getting like a ton of kills in quick succession, but he's getting the kills that count, the kills that matter. Bacon Jack killing Realman there. He's most important just not dying. When you're playing against Bacon Jack, who's a ridiculously good Tracer and looks for people like Saini, who's gonna play Widowmaker by himself for these easy kills, and then to survive against Zonda in the meantime, it's not easy to do that. And of course, Caster Curse comes in as I talk about it. But they have the
res though, and Saini, he's working towards his third Infra Sight so far. Zonda trailing behind once again, just not able to get that reliable damage across. Ultimate advantage in favor of EnVision, as they've got the Pulse Bomb, and they've got that self-destruct to work with. They're rounding around the corner for the second point.
Bacon Jack almost one-clipped Jaru from that distance. That's ridiculous. Self-destruct gonna come in. We're gonna get a decent K-Momo. Gravy gets a double kill to both supports. Coming up huge where they needed it, and you can sure as hell bet he's screaming in comms right now.
Yeah, with a minute 40 seconds left, they're gonna be able to move on to the third point of Junkertown, getting closer and closer to the Queen's Lair.
Third point is such an insanely hard point to take,
Yeah,
Jameson.
you've got that shortcut right there as we just saw fly over. And so I see a lot of like Junkrats coming to fruition here. Maybe Jonky will swap off onto that, or will he want to stay on this Winston to apply pressure onto Saini?
You need heroes that can get high ground by themselves. You need your Winstons, you need your Divas, you need like maybe Genjis here, because that high ground, this rotating platform is so important. But then again, it allows Widowmakers to be very strong because you can sit very far back and then use your range to your advantage against these teams. You can see Jarw's been able to get his way up here, and so far Saini's been relatively quiet on the feed for a little bit of time. But both teams just kind of poising for the position that's set up here, and Realman getting caught out. He's so low on HP, he's gonna fall.
What were you doing there, Realman? It looked like he just wasn't able to make his Guardian Angel jump, self-destruct, coming out from K-Momo just to get his mech back, but Bacon Jack will fall to Saini, and Realman is still coming back from spawn. He does have his Valkyrie to come in for like a double res, but Fozix brings back fire, and now the McGravy train is running.
Pulse bomb ready for Jaru. Sigler's gonna die yet again. He's gonna go for the pulse, but he catches on the Zonda. Zonda's gonna jump into a teammate. No, he does not do that. He only dies himself. But this is looking so good for EnVision. They're snowballing these fights.
Yeah, both Valkyries out on the field, but Realman is getting focused down. He doesn't have the passive healing anymore. He's getting lower and lower as they're trying their best to take him out. But it's gonna be Sigler taking out his counterpart. And now they push forward with the Transcendence on the side of Flash Wolves, trying to put a stop to this offense.
I think this point of the map is really hard for Bacon Jack to do anything. Yeah, he does have one flank path, but with people who can get on the high ground like this and deal with it and get away from it is so difficult. Saini jumps directly into Bacon Jack's hands. God, I want some bacon right now. But it looks like Flash Wolves will be able to hold here for now.
That was impressive, though, coming out from Saini, as he had the fadeaway shot on that Widowmaker, even though he was getting focused down. But he's going to swap off now onto the Soldier 76, as we also have the swap. Zonda now on the McCree.
Yeah, it's kind of like, all right, you know, it's called truce. Amnesty here. You switch off Widow, I switch off Widow. Yeah, exactly. No more Widow being played. Yeah, the Soldier, again, we're seeing like the double DPS, the 2-2-2 comp out of EnVision. Zonda still is strong here on the McCree.
McGravy also falls, and now it's coming down to 50 seconds left for EnVision. They've got a number of ultimates to work with, though. Neither of them support ultimates, which is going to be crucial coming into this. Sinclair is only 30% away from his Transcendence.
You know, I really don't know how much Tracer we're going to continue to see as like the meta evolves.
Yeah.
Because with the Defense Matrix nerf, it's so hard to ever eat that flashbang. And you can't burst like the McCree down quick enough to buy you time to be able to eat it, or at least to make your Defense Matrix not matter as much. Because Jar's been having such a tough time. Even McGravy really want to get Zonda on the McCree, which is being so patient.
Now coming into this final fight, as they were able to just clean them up right outside of their spawn. 10 seconds left. They got to make the run all the way to the payload now. They got to make a mad dash on the side of EnVision, and they have no ultimates behind it. There's a Transcendence. They got the Valkyrie along with the Primal Rage. Saini tries to get back in with that Genji, but he's brought down low. They're not able to make it on the point. They'll get stopped halfway through third, excuse me.
You know, you got to give credit to EnVision, because they're trying something different, you know?
Yeah.
They're trying to make Widow work there. And to be fair, first 2 points, it sure as hell did. And attacking Widow is, I'd say, a little bit more difficult to pull off than defending Widow. Because at least defending, you know the angles are going to come from. Attacking, you have to peek around a corner that's already predictable. And at the same time, kind of guess where the Widowmaker is going to be, and then somehow beat them in reaction time, which is not easy to do at all. So I would expect EnVision to play Widow again on defense, because then Saini has a little bit more freedom to play around with. But now this comes to the question of, are we going to see Bastion? So if you're running Orisa on attack, you put the shield up on the payload, put a Bastion there, and if they don't have a team that can crack that shield, then you know what? That Bastion's not going to be touched unless they can dive on you appropriately.
Or you can run the Ryan Orisa, right? Ryan holds the shield up front, Orisa in the back, El Presidente comp coming out. But they are hovering over possibly a Junkrat and Orisa on the offense for Flash Wolves. So this will be interesting to see. Now EnVision, remember they're currently down 1-0 up against Flash Wolves.
Yeah, I mean this is only their first match of the series, or first match of the entire tournament actually for them, and I'd still say they're putting on quite a performance. Flash Wolves looking, I think, a little bit stronger than they did at the Overwatch World Cup. I think they're looking like a lot better. Zonda, I'm very happy to see Zonda playing this well. McCree playing this well on something other than a Soldier, because McCree, he has much more of a potential to carry a game, or to quote Bren, pop off, you know? He has way more potential to do that because of the headshots, you know? Because of the flashbang, you have the more of a kill potential than like a Soldier will have. So I'm happy to see him doing that. I'm happy to see it's working, and Actually, I'm surprisingly happy to see Orisa. I can hear Hex out there somewhere, you know, crying about it.
I mean, what I'm happy about is, once again, we're going to have these Widow battles. Saini already on the defensive Widowmaker. Zonda going to take that challenge once again.
Oh,
but
please tell me they're doing
a
this.
double sniper composition. No, never mind. Bacon Jack, he's just going to take a few shots, go for that info, and then swap off onto Tracer.
See,
but we've got the Orisa on the field on the offense now.
Having Orisa, though, you pretty much like guarantee to know where Zonda's going to be, because he's going to be behind that shield for the most part. So either he's sticking to the payload or he's going to be behind the shield somewhere else.
This is something they practice too. Look at the placement of the shield. So it cuts down on the surface area because some of the payload actually blocks it. But here comes the dive. Fazix has to bring Shane right on back, but it's Saini popping off with double headshots, taking out Zana. That's the third kill going over as both supports are gone now. Saini, damage done as he ultimately falls to Bacon Jack, but that's going to force back Flash Wolves to their spawn.
Hey, what's one of the best ways to counter a Mercy? Just pluck her out of the sky with a Widow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's probably one of the best heroes in the game to deal with this. Jaru dodges away from the hook, thrown out of K-Momo. Almost has a pulse bomb too, which could be very deadly. But they switched Jong away from the Orisa. He's going on Winston. So they're wanting a little bit more dive potential to deal with Saini, who, again, to quote Bren, has been popping off. I swear, no more. I'm not going to say that anymore this game.
You say that now, but you've already cursed yourself. K-Momo, he's got that whole hog at the ready. He's playing on his home field. He might get the D-Mac here. He has to fall back as he's dropped on low. Zonda get healed right back on up as K-Momo getting body blocked here. They're taking their turns, but now they will get the D-Mac. Here comes the self-destruct as K-Momo is going to get out of dodge. It's Jongi that takes out McGravy. Zonda finally getting the heads-up battle up against Saini. It's McGravy that gets res back into this, but still, it's a real back-and-forth affair as K-Momo. He's going to take a breather. He's got the damage reduction.
We're seeing double Valkyries, and actually the Valkyrie's not going to be invested onto Zonda for the res. It's going to be thrown onto Saini, though, to get him back alive to continue this fight. The whole hog out of K-Momo. Thing is, you can't reduce damage done to you, so when you're a whole hog and you're so vulnerable to being picked off, you're Realman again trying to escape Jaru. Puts him 1 foot too far past the shield, takes a lot of damage, but does get away for now.
But this is what we're looking for Bacon Jack to start coming live on this Tracer. And with that, looking like they'll be able to complete out first, forcing back Saini on that Widowmaker.
There's nothing sexier than like a Widow grappling, hooking away, and just popping shots onto
Saini.
A Widowmaker.
He tries to go for the contest, jumps out the window, takes a headshot for his efforts, and now they're moving on into the second stage.
Yeah. Okay,
and
now I don't know if I agree. No, actually, this isn't that bad.
No,
this is kind of similar to like Lighthouse, where you have this like giant structure in the middle that you can kind of hover around and like stay alive from.
Ooh, pulse bomb. Jaru is able to recall out of it, but during that time, fire will fall. K-Momo able to jump right on top of him. Now Jaru forced to just try to get out of dodge here, but it's going to be Jongi that comes in, taking out Fazix.
Looking for a 1v2. That's very ballsy out of Jaru here. Wants to get that clean kill to Realman, but Realman's getting a lot of protection. 4 HP for Jaru, has recall, but doesn't want to use it just yet. Saini has gone down, most importantly. So they've been able to deal with the Pharah that EnVision's trying to bring out.
This payload hasn't been stopped quite yet, and now it's making the final bend here. Second of Junkertown, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left for Flash Wolf. Zonda comes in with the opening frag, forcing out the immediate res from Fazix, and he doesn't have the Valkyrie.
Can they even get out to contest the payload? Actually, no one's pushing it on the side. They actually don't have people there for Flash Wolves, but you can still see the kill feeds all blue, and Flash Wolves are just putting on a clinic here on Junkertown so far.
Yeah, here on the second point, it's been K-Momo on this Diva, the DPS Diva. There we go, takes out Fazix once again. Realman is just going to go ahead and res Sinkler back into this, but for the large part, EnVision has been absent on the kill feed, except on the right side.
So he's technically on the kill feed.
Yeah.
He's there, he's making his presence known. Not in the right way. But look at the ultimates now, Jamerson.
There's a lot on the line
for Flash Wolves. Zonda's going to have Infrasight. Basically, if you get a pick here early on as Zonda, you get so much extra distance that you just shouldn't be given, and you just have to give up if you're on the defending side, especially on this point.
Primal Rage coming out from Chain, but immediately he gets focused down. It's going to be K-Momo once again taking him out. Jaru's trying his best to play Interruption against Saini, but during the meantime, it's Jongi with the Primal Rage, takes out Fazix. They're just losing ground here, our EnVision.
Jaru did stall the payload for a hell of a long time, actually, so at least that works out for them, buying a little bit extra time for the respawns to come back in, but Saini's been forced to switch so many different heroes. He's gone to Widow, to Pharah, back to Widow here. Zonda's been sticking to Widow the entire attacking phase, and I feel like Zonda's been able to get his number for the most part.
Yeah, they just broke that gentleman's agreement. Now, 3 ultimates online for Flash Wolves. Remember, EnVision wasn't able to complete this out, so now they're only shortly 24% or 24 meters away, and McGravy does start it off, takes out Sinclair, forcing out the res from Realman. Realman does have that Valkyrie. Transcendence comes out from the side of Flash Wolves, and they're fighting back into this. Here's the self-destruct from both, and it's going to be K-Momo that comes out with the better one. A triple kill, Phozix and Fire, along with Zany down. McGravy, though, not to be outdone, fighting right back into this.
So McGravy, he got a kill on a Realman in the middle of Valkyrie right when he popped it, so he didn't get the amount of value he wanted off of this. And that does prevent the payload a little bit of time, at least prevents the push from being a little bit more deadly. They're getting so close to finish this off and being up 2-0 in the series. Zany, he has his infra side up. He needs to pick up these kills now.
Yeah, there was a lot of kills traded away, so K-Momo's just going to back away, wait for the rest of his team to get back here, but it's Zany on this. Widowmaker hits the headshot, but it wasn't fully charged. So Zonda will survive that, but now he gets focused down by McGravy. Will Ruman be able to get in here for the res? No, they're just going to back away on the side of Flash Wolves.
I mean, honestly, Widow, if you even hit a body shot, it's very similar to Pharah hitting a rocket. You just have someone jump in and clean up the kill. Zonda's solo it, and they really want this kill, but Jaru, Zonda's in his head, I think, because Jaru gave him so much respect there. He didn't want to get too aggressive. Then again, knowing at what stage of the game you're in, you cannot afford to lose too many people here, especially with a minute and 50 remaining.
Res comes out along with the Valkyrie for Phozix. McGravy starts it off, taking out Zonda. Now they push forward. Transcendence is there. It's going to keep K-Momo alive. Zonda gets Res back into this. Here's the self-destruct. Will he catch anyone? Not this time. Shane, though, with the Primal Rage, he got into the back line. Both Zenyatta's down now.
Payload's still pushing, though.
Payload is pushing.
I don't know who's there to contest it, but there's not a lot of people. There's actually, I think it's Bacon Jack who's just dumped into the backside looking for the push. The distance is still getting there. K-Momo gets them caught out too aggressive, and EnVision might have gotten too big for their britches here.
Yeah, Zonda even pushing forward. He's on the front line. Jaro trying his best to keep this alive. Phozix will be forced to use that res onto Shane, and they push forward with that Transcendence. Shane, though, super far away from his Primal Rage. He'll get bursted down along with Phozix. It's just Fire here trying to contest as they're making a mad dash onto the point. Will anyone be able to make it? We have McGravy here. He's instantly demeched, though.
And that's going to be the Deadeye coming through for a double kill and for a 2-map lead now in the series as Flash Wolves have been able to lock down Junkerstown. Still, great to see so many different heroes being played. I'm loving the Widow v Widow battles we've had so far in this series. But EnVision, something's not working for them. Something's not working right now, and I think it's just mostly Zonda. He's just being, I think it's like Bacon Jack. I'm sure there's a lot of presence being thrown out of him.
Yeah.
He's been causing a lot of frustration for EnVision, but we don't see him on the kill feed as much as Zonda right now. And I think Zonda's been really able to step up to become that second threat that they didn't really have so far in Season 2 of OPC. They didn't have that second man to really worry about. It was just always Bacon Jack.
We're also seeing the new Diva changes coming to fruition.
Oh, yeah.
With the micro missiles, K-Momo really going off. We saw during the second phase there of Junkerstown, he basically won a team fight, getting every single kill. He got the ace, essentially.
A triple self-destruct.
The triple self-destruct.
Pretty big as well, really showing. And you can see McGravy a little bit quiet on his screen. I mean, you pointed out, and that's what we've heard during Contenders when we got to hear the desk, is that McGravy's like the match to light the fire under EnVision, and if he's quiet, then they start to struggle.
So we'll see if they can try and bring it back here. We're going to be moving on to map number 3. It will be Assault, but you guys are going to have to wait after the short break. We'll be right back.
那帮机器，他们错了，我们赢了。这一切现在属于我们。我们在废墟里建起了这个新家园。到废料场来吧。没有规矩，没有同情，这里强者为王。我是你们的女王，欢迎见证末日。欢迎来到扎克镇。
Winston 最近怎么样啊？
抱歉，
哦，伙计，
根据我的计算，老虎不滑了，上！
老兄，我现在都无法直视你了。跟上节奏。加速！倒计时，5、4、3、2、1。
这次的比赛有很多强劲的对手，那当然我们是希望可以拿到冠军，然后我们有参加过世界级的比赛经验，所以这次 APAC 我们有信心可以拿到冠军。
So our goal for APAC is to make it out of groups and prove that we can play against the top international teams. And we played Flash Wolves today, and they were kind of underperforming at World Cup, but we expect them to be pretty strong today, but we definitely expect to beat them 4-0.
Not to throw salt in the wounds there, Jason, but the number advantage going over to Flash Wolves at this point. And it was off the back of K-Mobile, yeah?
Because he's eaten his words already so far. 4-0. Well, I mean, he technically could be right, just in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It could be a 0-4 if they aren't able to come back in these next two maps. But K-Momo, yeah, like you said, his diva has some great self-destructs, living up to his name from OPC. Also had a lot of great individual kills.
This is it, the 3-man self-destruct that came out. I mean, it looked great, right? McGravy got the 2-man off of it instantly afterwards. K-Momo was like, whatever you can do, I can do better. And he did.
I can do anything better than you. I mean, that's what happens when there's no Lucio anymore, right?
Yeah.
You can't speak, I mean...
Lucios can't die to it anymore.
I mean, they did too many times before in the past, but that's what's going to happen. You don't have the speed to rely on. And when you're a Mercy, you're relying on either your Valkyrie, which you don't want to pop to escape an ultimate, or you're relying on a teammate to get you away.
Exactly.
And sometimes you don't have Guardian Angel up, or sometimes the teammate is in the right position to help you escape. And that's just a perfect map for D.Va and Self-Destruct 2. It's just so much open area. There's just not that many things to hide behind.
Also, a lot of the teams just aren't ready for the kind of angles that it can come from, that comes with experience from playing on that map. Because, well, this is the first time we've seen it in professional play.
That's true.
Other than Challengers. I don't know. Wait, has Challenger been playing on it?
I don't believe so, no. I don't know.
They've been playing with the new Mercy.
I mean, I consider my ranked games to be professional games.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've seen some of the players, the attitudes they have, they think they're pro players.
I'm top 5, all right? For sure.
Actually, one of the best things.
I'm bronze stuck in top 5.
Yeah. One of my favorite things actually about the Mercy changes is like the ability to chain your heal or your damage boost.
Yeah.
I was playing a ranked game once, and this guy, I'm not gonna say who it is, but he watches my stream now apparently. he would scream, "I'm gonna bongos soon, bongos!" And whenever he, obviously bongos was a term that was used for Orisa and your ultimate, and whenever he'd say bongos, he would pop his Valkyrie to like give everyone a damage boost, to act as an Orisa. And then of course he would say, "Don't worry guys, coming in for a huge res," and they would res one person and then like back out.
Well, did he get the value res though? Was it the proper target? I mean, that's what mercies have to do now. They have to make that decision, right?
I'll say
Who am I gonna res
because
here?
he subbed to me. If he wasn't subbed, I would say no.
Sell out.
Yeah, but EnVision Flash Wolves, what? It's 2-0 lead for Flash Wolves.
Yep.
We're going on to the Assault map now. Looking at the percent victories of both teams, they're both around 56%, actually exactly 56%, with 8 games played for EnVision, and Flash Wolves having 16, so a lot of experience. Now you can see the map is Horizon Lunar Colony, and guess what? Flash Wolves are 6-1-1 on Horizon Lunar Colony over the course of OPC, over the course of the last 3 months. That's not a strong start for EnVision.
Yeah, you kind of want to do your research here.
Well, no, so I don't think it's actually loser chooses. Now that we've had the second match underway, I think it's 1-2, 1-2. So
we'll get clarification
I'm pretty
on
sure
that.
Flash Wolves chose this map.
But we've already loaded onto Horizon now. Here is a Torbjorn coming out. Torbrissa actually on the side of Flash Wolves on the defense here. Sinclair playing it, so they're going for that solo support style. We'll see Sani. He's got to deal with this Orisa shield once again on this Widowmaker.
You know why Omnix hates seeing Torbjorn played? Because he took their turn. Oh. I had to get that in there once, because that was such a great episode. Anyways, yeah, so like you said, busting the shield's going to be very difficult. There's really no one on the side of EnVision that can do it.
Yeah, they don't have like a Junkrat or a Pharah.
They need to go like Death Volley, or they need to get like a Junkrat or Roadhog in here to deal with this. Because the Roadhog can deal with the shield extremely quickly with any extra support from your teammates, then the shield won't matter. Or even like a Pharah to just hit the turrets. But if he keeps the turret behind the shield, good luck.
Here's the issue. It's already a minute burned away, and Sinclair has his Molten Core almost ready. Just 5% away. Bacon Jack dropped low, but he'll be able to recall back to the safety. Now he's getting focused down as they push forward. The defense trying their best to catch them out, but Jaru with the deflect, just focusing, just trying to force them back onto the point now as a dive. Getting set up by the side of EnVision.
People forget how much damage Orisa can really do. And with the nerf again to Defense Matrix, she can do so much more damage because of that. It used to be D.Va was a hard counter to her. In the meantime, Sani is able to get a decent K-Momo. I would say, leave him in the baby form. Don't kill him just yet. They come back in without having to worry about a D.Va, but Jaru's going to go in with the blade.
Oh, but it's Jongi who will instantly take him out. Bacon Jack even connecting with that pulse bomb, and with that defense, they're going to be able to hold on. And I thought there was a great window of opportunity, right? They forced out the Valkyrie. The Molten Core have subsided on Sinclair, but now Sinclair's halfway back towards a second one.
And the thing is, they had a baby D.Va to fight, right? K-Momo?
Yeah.
But McGravy was dead. I don't think they rested him. I think he had to run back from spawn, so you're really fighting 5v6 or 5v5.5. Actually, to be fair, baby D.Va does a hell of a lot of damage, so you can't say 5 versus 5.5. Meantime, again, set up at the turret. Halfway to another Molten Core. You're going to have Bongos here in a second for Jongi. But that was a lot of ultimates committed by Flash Wolves to make sure to hold this point. So they're not going to have that much to use coming into this next attack.
Sinclair, though, will he be able to buy time? That hold there is the Fortify to keep Jongi alive with that damage reduction. They didn't even get the turret off of that, so they're going to be able to maintain this. Zonda does go down to fire. They're going to try and use the self-destruct. It is just short of being beyond that shield, but now Sani presses forward. He will go down. The supercharger is there. The VTech has kicked in for Flash Wolves. They're starting to clean up the offense once again, and now EnVision are down to 1 minute.
Bless you for saying VTech.
Gotcha.
Bless you.
It's the supercharger.
I was having flashbacks to the Honda Civics in my high school.
I was watching Fast and Furious 8 on the flight on over. So
why would you do that to yourself?
It was a 14-hour flight. What am I supposed to do?
I'll tell you what. If you haven't seen Baywatch, watch it. That's a great movie. That's actually pretty good.
It's another Rock movie, yeah.
But Zac Efron is gorgeous.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, get his name right. Come on.
I did. So my second attempt. Sinclair now, though, he's got another Molten Core. There's 4 ultimates up. They're not going to have the supercharger for Jongi, but what's it matter when they have 5 ultimates to work with?
They need a pulse bomb to take the turret down before he gets Molten Core off. And in the meantime, he'll notice probably when the Molten Core is being, or sorry, when the pulse bomb comes in, and then he can pop his Molten Core and keep the turret alive.
He doesn't even need it. The turret's already gotten 2 kills for himself, forcing out the resurrection onto Saney. Now it's down to 10 seconds. They haven't even got a tick. There we go. Jaro with the blade. He's got the reset. Zonda's down. Realman's down. And with that, it looks like they might have just done it on the side of EnVision.
Yeah, but it took 4 minutes of time. K-Mo was eventually going to finish off here. It took way too long, and the turret's still alive. They've still not dealt with the turret. Finally.
The 7th man.
Oh, I mean, because they dealt with it because Sinclair switched over to Ana, so that's how they dealt with it, not really even killing it correctly. I love Ana actually in this last point. You can provide a lot of healing for Realman. You can keep yourself alive with relative ease, and you have the ability to sit really far away from your team. So if they're going to dive you, it's going to be a little bit difficult. In solo tank, I'm not sure if I agree with it here on the last point. I think the Winston's going to be 100% needed. Because if you have no one who can deal with Sinclair, which I think Jaro and McGravy aren't necessarily going to dive that back target, especially when you still have protection from Zonda there.
You need the mobility. You need to be able to cross these large distances that are that is point B. But there we go. McGravy didn't check his back. It was Zonda with the Helix rocket to clean him up. Jaro will fall. Fozzie goes for a res there on the way on out. Will Jaro survive this though? No.
No, he's going to run back into them to stall for some time. Sacrifice himself so others can live. A true American hero.
He's the real hero. He's the real hero, is Jaro.
G.I. Jaru. I think it's his name.
Jaru. Does he get his own action figure?
Of course.
Yeah. Joggy will be able to make it back. Here's a self-destruct coming out from Jane. Doesn't catch anyone out. He thought he had a window of opportunity there. But during that, they get the kill onto K-Mobo. Now they press forward. They've got the tactical advisor, but they hide it back. Oh, Jongi goes for the peek, and he will fall. But so now they're going to move on to the point.
But these self-destruct and visor, not even near the point. So the kills they're getting are going to be reinforced before they can really do too much. And that's going to be a boost coming for Zonda. Keep in mind the Valor Grenade completely shut down the Transcendence. He's jumping in the middle of the team, and Zonda's been able to get the kill into Jaru. Again, Fozzie's going for the res, gets the Valkyrie off to get McGravy back alive. The 2 DPS are here to fight, but so Zonda's still alive.
Yeah, K-Momo doesn't have a mech right now, so Saney should be able to get some free damage off. Zonda's just standing still. He doesn't care as he's facing off against McGravy right now. Bacon Jack gets the better of Jaru, and with that, the Flash Wolves will deflect this attack, and now EnVision looking a lot like Point A once again. This time they have a tick though, but still 2 minutes left.
Able to get some progress, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think we've seen more teams complete Horizon and their colony than not complete on second point, I want to say.
No. Offensive rate for Horizon is pretty high.
It's definitely the best out of all assault maps, I'd say. And we have Sandy coming in with a visor, so we got a second one off. Our second one built, I guess, in the midst of using the first one on the way to the second point. But they're not going to have any support ultimates, and against Sinclair, I feel like Ana, even though like apparently her win rate has like dropped really low, I still feel like she's ridiculously strong. It's just that people aren't remembering like how good she is. It's just everyone riding that Mercy hype train. That Fire Grenade is massive, dude. Plus the Sleep Dart that anyone jumps you.
Oh. Fire gets caught out there. It's Jongi cleaning up 2, and so with that already, the attack is going to be thwarted by Flash Wolves once again. But on your point about Ana, I mean, with the new defense matrix, you know, that's what was really nerfing her, right? Yeah. The defense matrix, but now defense matrix has half the duration. It does recharge faster, but still, you find more opportunities to get a Sleep Dart, to get a great Bio Nade, to get the healing off.
And I feel like the unlimited healing range is like, can never ever be underestimated with her. You just can never forget that she can heal from anywhere on the map as long as she has line of sight of you. And that, the ultimate, the nano boost, you know, with Zonda paired in together, like that's a lot of damage. And you're going to depend mostly if you're EnVision here, or most teams that, we're going to counter your 2 ultimates with a trance. But there's a Bio Grenade. And as you touched on already, with D.Va having reduced time of defense matrix, or reduced uptime, it means you're more likely to hit that Bio Grenade, and then you can pick kills off that.
It's going to be the Banano as Jongi pushes forward with that nano boost. He's going to use the Primal Ray to keep himself alive. He's just focusing down Saney. He knew he had that ultimate ready. Fazis goes for the instant res, but Zonda is going to shut down Jaru with that Helix rocket. He even gets the D-Mech, and now they press forward, do the defense.
It's only 20 seconds left too, so if they're going to reset, they need to do it now, and even then, they're going to have about 5 seconds left to get towards the point. Bacon Jack, if I was him, I would just camp the back lines. Try to kill the supports so they come back out again, or not even give them a chance. They're just charging straight through. Postman comes in! It catches onto 2, so this might be the opportunity that they need, but can anyone touch the point? Jaru tries to get it, he gets shut down by Bacon Jack.
Bacon Jack with a great clip there. They are going to be able to force overtime here. Saney getting focused down now, but he's got the tactical visor once again. Just playing ring around the rosy over this barrier, but he will ultimately clean up Jongi, and now they just overestimated the ability to be able to hold them outside their spawn, but still they are fighting back, are the Flash Wolves.
Saney overcommits, he gets caught up by Zonda, trying to look at the res onto him to keep him back alive, or to get him back alive. I don't think Fozzie has enough just yet. Substruct coming in, will clear the point for a second, but they're so close, 96%, and can they do this, Jamerson?
Jaro's just sitting on that health pack to keep himself healthy here. We do have Sinclair. He swapped off onto the Reaper, but at this point, there is no support. There's no healing outside of Sanie's biotic field, but that's not going to be enough as Zonda comes in with the double kill. Gonna complete this out, or stop, excuse me, Flash, EnVision
I mean,
there.
technically, he completed it out by defending the second point, so you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Just a lot of things happen there. Flash Wolves almost with a huge blunder. I mean,
Getting caught out, being
it
too
was
aggressive.
one tick, 40% that EnVision had before that.
Yeah.
And then they were, it made sense, right? The run back distance on Horizon is super long. And they were able to catch out Jaro, but they weren't able to catch out, I believe it was, who was the Tracer? Or, I mean, the Diva, McGravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
So-
there's copyright involved with that. If McDonald's ever made a gravy.
But McGravy had the name first.
Yeah, but also
So-
Uber Shouts had the name Uber before and had the Twitter account at Uber, but then Uber came in and took his Twitter handle from him.
Really?
Yeah. So being first doesn't really matter.
No,
apparently.
it really doesn't.
I'm not even kidding. That legitimately happened. He had the
I had
Twitter
no
handle
clue about
at
that.
Uber, and the company Uber came in and took it from him.
I didn't know you were allowed to do that. I'm still trying to get at Jamerson.
Well, because it's technically copyright
Yeah.
if they have a patent or whatever they have a
Okay.
trademark, so they can take it. Whatever. I have Jake Kaplan. Everyone thinks I'm Jeff Kaplan, Jackson Kaplan, Jordan Kaplan, or Jason Kaplan for the Howard Stern Show.
I have no clue who that is.
He's on the Howard Stern Show.
I haven't seen the Howard Stern Show since I was like 13 years old.
Like late night TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good times.
To
then,
be
of course,
young again.
Of course, you have your finger over the power button to turn it off in case your parents walk
No,
in.
it's just, you have the volume on really low, and then have the captions on.
Yeah, but the thing is, the light of the TV went on under my door, so like walking by, my parents
Oh,
could see.
that was your biggest mistake, really, right
I should
there.
put like a towel there to
Exactly.
like block it off. Anyways,
No.
let's stop myself before I get any more sidetracked with where that could go. We're gonna see a
Flash
double hit
balls.
scan again out of EnVision, and we're gonna see the Widow. Actually, I love Widow on first point attack, but only when you're not against an Orisa. Because Orisa is like the bane of a Widowmaker, especially when the team can hold off that entire choke point that you use to open up the point down there towards the right-hand side to actually hit shots. You can walk that off entirely with an Orisa shield.
Yeah, different styles of defense coming out here.
Great view.
EnVision.
Of the map.
They're not going to go for the Torbjorn. They're going to go for that Tracer 76, the catch the dive style. K-Momo was going to force them off high ground by himself, and now they're making their approach.
They're going to come in from this side, it looks like. And it's going to be EnVision like fighting back onto the point. So they're not even going to defend directly on it. They're going to try to actually flank around. In the meantime, you see McGravy getting a little bit overextended, very low on health. It's gonna be really bad if he's desuited. He does.
That is huge. Getting rid of that mech. Zonda able to finish that off, forcing out the res. That allows McGravy to instantly get the mech back, though. So he is back into this fight in fighting form as the dive comes out from the defense as they push forward. You do have Sani trying to get focused down, but Timmy Chain getting D-Mech onto K-Momo. Now Bacon Jack facing off against Jaro. He's going to blink back, regroup with his team. Oh, but Sani gets that Helix rocket kill, forcing out the res.
And you see they actually ignored K-Momo when he was desuited because they didn't want to let the res come in onto him to have a mech back again. But they did expect, I guess, Realman to have Valkyrie because he gets two people back alive. Sinclair gets himself a double kill. Pops the trance. Don't tell me he's getting this kill, okay? It will eventually fall. But he gets res back up again.
Why not? Sinclair has been coming alive time and time again on the Zenyatta. That's a triple kill to end out this fight. Now, EnVision, they're going to give up first.
Well, I mean, you're seeing why Sinclair was voted the best support in OPC. I mean, he's been picking up kills non-stop. His position's been phenomenal. He's had some great transcendences or transcendi. I don't know the plural of that.
Transcendencies.
Let's just go completely wrong and go transcendencies. But now, I mean, they have 6 minutes of time to just beat the 96%. It's very doable to hold on this long for the defending side of EnVision, but it's not easy to do. And one mistake can completely cost you this, not only map, but it will cost you the series overall because you'll be down 3-0.
They have a lot of tools to work with, though. They've got the Transcendence, the Singular one, Primal Rage, along with the Self-Destruct from McGravy. We'll see if Sadie can build up this tactical visor in time. The point test right now. Here's the self-destruct out from McGravy. Doesn't connect onto anyone. During the meantime, though, Zonda was able to take out Shane. Well, Fozik's trying to go for that res.
Actually, Joggy was very low in health. I'm surprised Sadie didn't clean him up. You saw his health was actually very low in HP, and they call it Transcendence because Fire is going to be one of the few men on the point that actually contest. K-Momo throws down the self-destruct. You can't escape this with everyone. Somehow they do. I was surprised. I thought Fast was going to fall, but he does die eventually.
3 members down are the defense. Saini make that a 4th, and he's just going to focus down. K-Momo will fire. With that, they don't have any more stall left. They've already got 2 ticks secured. Right now, the Mad Dash comes out. The Deadeye doesn't get anything, but does a lot of damage onto Shane. And that's a great headshot onto Fozix. Fozix tried to come in for the res, but now Tactical Visor. Will Saini be able to hold on to the point with this? No, he won't, as K-Momo focuses him down. And with that, Flash Wolves are going to clean up, and they are going to take the 3-0 lead, securing their victory up against EnVision.
Honestly, I'm so happy with Zonda in this series so far. You're coming into a region here in China that has so many good McCrees. You have Undead from LGD, if he's still technically on the team anymore. You've got Dia over on the side of VG Gaming.
Yang Zhao.
You got Yang Zhao from MY. And even Leave, I think, can play like McCree too.
Yeah, they swap up between the two.
There's so many good McCrees, and his McCree so far has been phenomenal. I mean, you just saw the flick. He flashbangs in front of him, like towards the ground, looking towards the ground, hits Fozix with it, immediately flicks to his head, kills him. That, to be so reliable like that, which has been the entire series, is not easy to do, and that really has made him a strong DPS in my eyes.
Yeah, making that adjustment going from 76 to McCree, allowing them a lot more control in these teamfights has definitely worked out. Jaru hasn't been able to come alive with that Tracer. I mean, he gets kills here and there, but just not quite enough. Not what we usually see from Tracers. And so with that, Flash Wolves have their victory, but we're still going to have a 4th map here, as this is a 4-game set, and that'll be taking place shortly after this break.
我们是希望，
我们是荣耀，
我们是勇气，
我们是正义，
我们是怜悯，我们是决心，
我们是和谐，我们是守望先锋。
3, 2, 1, double time. Everything's moving so fast, it feels like I'm standing still. Let's get it. Hey, man, don't give up. Let's get patched up. Max healing boost. We move together as one. Oh, feel that healing beat.
Welcome back, and our MVP for map number 3 is going to be Zonda. Man of the hour, the man that...
Did you know that ahead of time?
I did not,
Did you
actually.
just read his name or see his face and recognize it?
I've read the name. I don't recognize anyone's faces. I'm terrible about recognizing
I don't know
faces.
what it is. Maybe I'm just really tired, but I swear I heard you say Zonda before it even came up on the screen. I was like, damn, that's impressive.
I think you might just be tired. It's been a long day.
You could take credit for that.
I could have, but no, I don't like to do that. No.
See,
So yeah, I'm a man of honor. Yeah, I'm a man of honor.
And not biased at all.
Not biased at all, but I mean, Zonda, he did a great job. We got to see him show off his soldier, and he showed why, you know, he has a lot of focus paid towards it.
No, not that flashbang. Dang it. I thought that was that flashbang. I was going to say, because that's the one where he caught Kha'Zix with it, and then just instantly snapped to his head and killed him. Really well done by that man. And now, I mean, yeah, EnVision technically have lost this match. They're down 3-0, but match score comes into effect when we have tiebreakers.
Yeah.
And they really need to pick up this map if they have an opportunity to. And
I mean, in our first map, we saw Vici Gaming. They were able to take a map off of MVP space, and so it is going to really come down as only 2 teams come out of group stages here. So EnVision, they need to fight back. They need to fight back into this.
It's a very tough group, too. It doesn't necessarily get easier for them after this. You used to have Vici to play for them. We have MVP space, and EnVision have never played against a Korean team. Then again, they never played against a Chinese team. So,
but I mean, this is a great experience. I mean, you're here in Shanghai. You're within the vicinity of Korea. You get to scrim with Korean teams. You get to scrim with all the OPC and OWPS teams.
If anything, EnVision got lucky because they only play 1 match today.
Yeah.
So they have a day off to figure out what to fix and what to change and practice it before they have the doubleheader. Because you can lose 1 map or 1 game, but if you come back and win the next 2, then you still have a really good chance of getting through to the playoffs. So definitely working in their favor. And Flash Wolves still have another match to play today. I think it's against Vici Gaming right after this.
Yep, it's going to be Vici Gaming, so it's a doubleheader for both of those teams, Flash Wolves and Vici Gaming. That's going to be a great way to actually round this out.
versus Zonda.
Yeah, I'm getting hyped up for this, but we should be getting hyped up for our next map. It's our 4th map of the series between EnVision and Flash Wolves, and we're going to King's Row here. And this is kind of a scary pick to pick into Flash Wolves.
Yeah, well, EnVision are 3-2 on it currently. The Hybrid's their worst map mode, or game type, I guess is the way you say it. Good job, Jason. And we're looking at the other side of Kings Row, 7-2 for Flash Wolves.
7-2. Yeah.
75% win rate when it comes to Hybrid. That is a hill, that is a mountain that EnVision have to overcome. And not only just the map, but they still have no answer for Zonda.
Well, I feel like Numbani would have been the better pick here. Right?
Well, we're still not 100% clear on who chooses the maps, right? We originally thought it was who loses chooses.
I forgot to ask for clarification on that during the break. We had food just brought in front of our faces, and it just kept coming, and I got a little bit distracted there.
An entire Big Mac in like 3 seconds. It was great.
Zonda once again on this McCree, but he's going to have to face off. Shane does have that Diva Defense Matrix in his face, but he's also going to have to worry about McGravy on this Roadhog. He's on the high ground here. They're about to face off. He spotted him out. McGravy's going to drop low.
Oh.
He gets flashbanged up. He's not going to be able to take a breather, but he will be able to get back with that resurrection. Puts Fozzie's in a really tough spot. He will fall. It's Bacon Jack that takes him out.
Again, that's what we talk about. Like, something that is going to adapt over time is if you get a pick, is camping that dead body. Because you know that Mercy's going to try to come in and res it, and if she does it, then hey, you have a man advantage, and you only lost a couple seconds of time, so it's not that big of a deal.
Bacon Jack really coming alive here on King's Row. He's already built up his pulse bomb. A tick already secured for the Flash Wolves, and it doesn't look like EnVision want to try and defend this at all. They just want to regroup. A chain might get D-mech. There is the hook. McGravy will take him out, but still, Bacon Jack was on a mission to try and get that mech. He didn't get it, but he'll be able to respawn in time for this next fight.
Is that like genocide if McGravy kills Bacon Jack?
I'm not getting this.
Because he's a hog and he's killing bacon.
Oh, no, that would be kind of like cannibalism.
So
is that what you're going for?
Is that like when you like fried chicken, you know, because you have to dip it in flour, you have to dip it like in an egg?
I mean,
like it's baby?
Fried chicken is the most metal meal in the world. It really is. But Jaru there, able to get the better of Bacon Jack. I don't know if Bacon Jack's within range for Realman to get that res off. K-Momo answers right on back. It's the tank line for Flash Wolves. Really opening this up as the choke point is still being contested. Flashbang with the ultimate kill onto McGravy.
Well, I'm enjoying the switch to Hog. Because there's a lot more presence and a lot more pressure, I think, out of Hog than McGravy on, like, Diva. Or, I mean, because if he's played Diva, then you have a Winston out of Shane, right? So I feel like the Hog Diva is a lot more presence. Because that's 2 tanks, but 2 tanks who are damage dealers, right? And if you hook in Zhonghe or you hook in K-Momo, you could almost certainly burst them down in time. And you kind of have to respect that as Flash Wolves, and maybe that's their answer, is you deal with their tank line. You don't necessarily go for Zonda anymore, or you don't necessarily go for Bacon Jack. You deal with the tanks, and then you work from there.
But the thing is, Zonda's doing a really great job of dealing with McGravy. Every time he tries to take a breather, Flashbang comes on out, so he doesn't get that ultimate charge from his own healing. We're seeing he's only at 90%, or almost at 90%. When Hogs traditionally build up their ultimate super quick, Zonda with a Deadeye connects. McGravy is down once again, and Sadie and Bozzics will fall to a 2-man pulse bomb, and this payload has not stopped yet.
This is one of the fastest King's Rows I think I've seen in a long time. I think the faster one was like Cloud9, Panthera up against Lucky Future in the OGN Super Cup.
Let's just forget about that. Can we just retcon that entire thing? I mean, Lucky Future were playing it like the
no, the thing is, I love because Noah tweeted, it's like, oh, I can't wait for these games, I'm so excited, and I tweeted back to him like, well, we know one of them's gonna be excited. And he's like, yeah.
Hook comes in, they got the D-Mech, but the self-destruct will get used. Jaru able to take out Zonda with a pulse bomb, but immediately undone. Control Z by Realman. They push forward, does the defense with that tactical visor, and they're just gonna regroup on the side of Flash Wolves. Great discipline coming out from them.
So finally, we've been able to see EnVision put some sort of hold on this push, but I don't think Flash Wolves are really done just yet. They have everyone alive. They have a Deadeye is on the way. McGravy's already very low on HP, and he's a Roadhog. He does not have the ability to escape here on that payload. Look, get rezzed up. That's going to be a Transcendence. So bursting out someone is going to be very unlikely for him. He's just forced to back away, or ideally back away. He's still trying to look for a kill.
Yeah, I don't know how Bozzics actually dodged that flashbang coming out from Zonda, but 2 members are going to get caught on that one. It's going to be McGravy still able to get the kill onto Bacon Jack. But the res does come out. They are losing members on the side of Flash Wolves. And finally, they're going to mount a defense here. Our EnVision. They were able to almost get over to that last bend.
If EnVision didn't put up a defense here, I would have just called the map.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there have been like some oddities where we've seen like some outliers where teams like are really bad at defense and really good at offense on this map in particular. But I don't know. I don't know if I see EnVision being super strong on offense. I think they have to put up a good defense here if they want to have that chance into the next half to maybe pick up this map.
Oh, Jaru able to get the pulse bomb onto Sinkler, takes him out, and Nasani pushes forward with that tactical visor. And so once again, they're going to thwart this attack coming out from Flash Wolves.
Something so rewarding about seeing a diva just die to a death hit. Fiery death, especially on King's Row in the Foundry. But you can look at Flash Wolves, they have a lot of ultimates up here. Still running the Zen, still running the Mercy. The K-Momo, again, with no Lucio on the enemy team, can hit a very easy self-destruct here, or a very destructive self-destruct.
He really could, but Bacon Jack is the one that starts it off. Bozzics is gone. There's no res on the field for EnVision. They've lost 3 already, but Jaro trying his best to get this back in line for the defense. It's going to be 2 kills going over in favor of EnVision, but still now the payload is pushing forward. Bacon Jack takes out Jaru. Great distraction play coming out from Jongi as he jumps in with that Winston.
Good flashbang on a Zonda too to allow him to pick up that kill. And you can see the composure of the team, realizing there's no way we're going to full push this anymore. They back off, they group up again, and they go at it next time. I think Zonda with the Deadeye, if you create distance for him to work with here, if he doesn't get hooked, if he doesn't get interrupted, he's going to just demolish EnVision.
Zonda has had so many Deadeyes, but there we go. Bacon Jack has gone down once again. Bozzics with that temporal res, bringing McGravy back into this. Transcendence is used. Zonda gets hooked in. Bacon Jack will get res with Realman with the secondary using that Valkyrie form. Shane gets the D-Mech onto K-Momo, and you see Flash Wolf starting to back out.
To be fair, I'm actually a little bit surprised to see Zonda and the way he's been playing his McCree with his Deadeyes. This isn't the first time we see him hold on to it for such a long time. It looks like he really wants to just be able to commit with some kills instead of just maybe zoning with it. He really wants to be deadly.
Yeah. Which
can be right and can be wrong in certain situations. But he's been very passive with his ultimate so far. He's been very careful on when to use them.
Now, we've got 2 ultimates online for both sides. It's going to be McGravy with the whole hog, Sani with another tactical visor. Bacon Jack has that pulse bomb though, so that might be the difference maker. We'll see if Sinkler can stay alive to use this Transcendence. He has to be careful. He's been the main focus coming up from Jaru.
And Jaro does get the read on a flashbang too, so he could potentially force the engage, but doesn't need to. McGravy hits a hook, Shane gets a kill on Najangi. And Flash Wolves are really starting to stall here. They're really running out of momentum. They're really running out of different ways to play this point. They haven't switched compositions to run the same thing the entire way through.
Yeah.
maybe the Deadeye out of Zonda, if he gets it off this time a little bit more successfully, will be finally the opener to this can that they do need.
Yeah, I mean, Flash Wolves had about 5 minutes as we moved into the Foundry. Now, we've got a lot of ultimates coming online, so this is going to be the next big battle. 40 seconds left for the Flash Wolves, but they still are playing at a power disadvantage here.
I mean, you have to give credit to Jaru, who I've been, particularly hard on for a majority of this series, but he's been creating a lot of time for them. Because his like little post-bomb kills, these little cheeky flanks he's been pulling off and not being punished for it, has bought them a lot of extra time to work with. And he's really actually coming up big for the team right now. 5
ultimates now online for EnVision up against the 4. Here's a self-destruct from K-Momo. It's going to be Sani that gets the kill onto Jongi. Instant res out from Realman, but now McGravy pushes forward with that whole hog. Transcendence is going to be used by Sinclair here to keep this team into it. And with the Deadeye kill onto Phozix, they have a fighting chance to Flash Wolves.
Sani coming around the backhand side, does escape from Rage Winston that was coming in his way, or at least the man that was coming towards his way, but still the kills are going red. The respawn timer is going to be even longer. Realman's even taking out the blaster, trying to look for some extra damage here or there. Jaru has a pulse bomb, and they need Jaru to get in cleanly. If they can land a pulse bomb onto this payload, he can take out quite a few people.
The chain just went down, though. Fire focused down, and no one's going to be able to get onto the point. Will EnVision in overtime. Flash Wolves get the completion here on King's Row.
Look at Zonda. He looks happy with himself. And why not? I mean, his McCree has been really strong the entire series so far. He's been really stepping up. Again, I gave him a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
But he's put my criticism to rest. And I mean, even a lot of the teams that we talked to, like Blank and I think it was just Blank who talked about him, even they were saying, yeah, Zonda just really hasn't been a threat for them in scrims. But he's really shown up here. And EnVision still seems stumped on how to necessarily deal with it. They tried switching things up, go the Roadhog, deal with the tanks. Stop making Jaru necessarily go for like the 1v1s, make him be more of a tank buster.
Yeah.
But on that point in particular, on Foundry, was able to be more of a nuisance and really delay for time. I think EnVision have a good opportunity to actually take this map. They finish in overtime. I think if they have a strong start, the Pharah is going to be so hard to deal with for Flash Wolves in second phase. Because yeah, McCree's good, Soldier's good, but the amount of buildings and like cover you have as a Pharah in second phase,
no, you have the
it's
rooftops.
really hard to die.
You just lurk on the rooftops the entire time. You just rocket jump yourself so you can build up some more charge on your boosters there. But now it's going to be Flash Wolves on the defensive end. And, it was a great defense, honestly, coming out from EnVision. They got steamrolled through first, steamrolled through second, but able to maintain and burn away the clock on the side of Flash Wolves. I mean, it's so important that they had to complete it out in overtime.
Yeah, it's very important. We'll get into that a little bit later on if we do see EnVision get close to finishing. Zonda going to be on Junkrat. I know Bacon Jack actually has been practicing a lot of Junkrat, but it looks like they want to keep him on his Tracer for now. And Junkrat, if you're Jaru, it's pretty much just as annoying as McCree. Because if the traps he puts down, you're dead. If you ever get in close range of him and he like uses concussive mine on you,
the
probably
damage
gonna
boosted
die.
one too, yeah.
You're gonna have to
one
recall.
shot.
Yeah, it's really difficult to deal with it. But they have Sani, the direct counter to a Junkrat. Unless Junkrat's gonna fly with the double conk mines that he does have.
Yeah. Land Far versus Sky Junkrat. We'll see who
like
wins out this battle.
Horror movie. It's like Sharktopus versus the were-whale.
Yeah, the were-whale.
That was a movie, yeah. It was a werewolf whale against shark, half octopus.
Hollywood, sometimes you amaze me. We'll see if Zana can amaze us on this Junkrat, though. He's already forced back. But the spam is coming out from Sani. Chain drop low, might get demeched. He's got the defense matrix to keep him alive, and there it is. Instant res brings Zonda back into this fight. There is a defense matrix, but now, oh boy, Zonda will fall. Sani landing the midair onto him, taking him out, and with that, already 2 ticks going over for EnVision.
Yeah, they should be able to, I think, hold on to this one. They have enough people alive. Though Bacon Jack has something to say about it. He gets a decent mech. Nice little barrage coming through. Sani, that track is insane. He's able to get the kill eventually on the Jongi, but the res will be there.
Oh no! They actually popped the Valkyrie there, so Realman, he will not have it as we move into the streets phase. Now they push forward, cleaning up Zonda to EnVision.
So now if you're Bacon Jack, you don't only have to worry about McGravy and the Roadhog poking you, or maybe like randomly, not randomly, skillfully, I'll say Jamerson, one-shotting you. You don't have to worry about the rockets out of Sani.
Yeah.
And considering, like you said, you can play from the rooftops as a Pharah, you can be really caught off guard if you're a Tracer. Just one direct rocket, being damage amped, and you can pretty much say goodbye.
Now Zonda has swapped off. He's onto the McCree now. They need a direct counter to Saini. They can't just allow him to stay in the sky here. But we'll see if Saini can really utilize those rooftops to cut out the vision, just poke out every now and then, get some free rockets off. High ground was taken there by the Tracer. That was Bacon Jack.
They Valkyried.
Yeah.
And Flash Wolves just like backed off to wait for it to go down. Ruma doesn't have his up, so they realize they can't fight head-to-head with this one. Bacon Jack has gone down to fire. And they have a trance, so they can engage a trance, but I think you have to wait for respawn. Zonda's gone down to Jaru as well.
Self-destruct comes out, forcing Saini to go for a really aggressive Conk Blast to keep himself safe. Jaro takes out Zonda through that Transcendence, and it is going to be EnVision largely winning out this fight. The whole hog gets a double kill, and it's the tank line for EnVision really coming online.
Because how are you ever safe from a Roadhog hook if you're Flash Wolves? You're not running a Reinhardt.
Yeah.
You don't have a Zarya. All you're going to have is the Diva to like mitigate the shot, but you're still going to get hooked in, and you're still going to take damage, and a lot of it.
Now, a little bit of stall coming up from Bacon Jack here. He's got the recall, but the orb is on him. He will get cleaned up. With that, neither team really able to mount much of a defense on first or second, and so we're moving on to the Foundry. Now, this is about the same time that Flash Wolves had Zonda swapping off, possibly onto the Widowmaker.
Yeah, so he's going to deal with Saini in the air. Thing is, do they know where McGravy is? Because he's been able to push up and get behind it if they get aggressive. And they're going to need the thing is that now they need an answer to this Widowmaker. If Zonda can keep hitting these shots. Oh, the Barrage is going to be an answer. Somewhat of an answer.
That's a double kill coming out. Saini actually takes himself out, but it's a man advantage in favor of EnVision. Now we do have the Resurrection bringing Zonda on back. Realmit has used that Valkyrie form. Does he have the second res? Zonda connects onto fire, and this might be the frag that they were looking for.
Oh, here we go. Saini again back on Widowmaker. I was going to say, they have no one to deal with Zonda except Shane. And Shane needs to stay frontline to keep McGravy alive. Obviously, the damage reduction you take as a hog when you're healing is... Ooh. Get it again. Get it again, Zonda.
Yeah, will he be able to follow up? He's getting pressured a little bit by the micro missiles, and Zonda! 2 for 2 up against Saini in these Widow battles.
Nothing's more demoralizing than that. Having it happen twice in a row.
But, I mean, there's really only one approach for Saini. It was easy to protect for Zonda.
Well, again,
it's going to be much easier now because he's got the Inversight.
We talk about attacking Widow versus defending Widow. And as a defending Widow, it's a lot easier to play. Attacking Widow, you have to come around the corner, and you have so many different angles that you have to check. Why are they peeking this corner still?
I don't know. Zonda with a really aggressive position. His repel is down for now. But we'll see.
I want to see Jaru's
Shane was just trying to get some poke off to get his mech back. Now he gets res, so he will be able to remech here. And during that time, though, Jongi pushes forward with the Primal Rage, takes out Phozix.
Please, please, Zonda. Please make my day.
Do it.
I want to see a Genji, actually. I want to see Jaro on Genji.
Yeah?
I wouldn't mind seeing like full dive against this. Like switch to like Lucio, go full dive, and then just catch him off. That's when the hook comes in, Zonda. And actually finally fall. The res won't be there, though.
Yeah, now they push forward. They've got the Transcendence. Whole hog comes out. Self-destruct. K-Momo connects McGravy down. Instantly back up with that res. Phozix with the double res, bringing Jaro back into this. It's still a 6v5 fight now. Make that a 6v4 in favor of EnVision. They got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to complete this out.
Oh, Saini gets the better of Zonda this time. Zonda's back into spawn. They go through puberty mid-cast. And again, all the kills are going the way of the blue side here for EnVision. They're still pushed to pay. They have 2.5 minutes left. If they can close this out, it's going to be huge.
This is
Realmit, he's going to drop. Sigma's going to have Transcendence, but where is he? Is he going to have anyone alive left to play with?
I mean, this is just stalling at this point, but McGravy hits the sweet shot as Zonda has swapped off onto that Doomfist. He instantly went down. K-Momo not able to make it on the point quite yet. It's still just Bacon Jack trying to keep this alive. Pulse Bomb not going to be able to burst him down through that. Take a breather. McGravy able to connect onto these hooks as it's just one direction that they have to come in from. And with that, 2 minutes and 3 seconds left. EnVision might be able to get a map on the board.
Not bad at all, considering Saini has to have pretty big balls. The thing is, like, you died a Widow once, like, okay, I died a Widow once. You die twice in a row to, like, headshots like that, you start to get frustrated. You start to get down on yourself. That's where you swap
because you don't want to tilt yourself.
Exactly.
But then, that's also me at, like, 3 a.m., and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna keep queuing.
So you're that guy.
I don't care.
You're that guy.
I don't care if I'm getting, like, 1,000 SR below me.
We're, like, down 200, we're like, you know what? it's like 4 a.m., but if I start winning now, I can get my SR
It's
back.
like the Gambler's Fallacy or something with Overwatch. I don't even know.
Eventually, you know, I'll get some back.
I never learned.
But
I'm still playing until like 5 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way you can play. But we talked about earlier on why it was important they finished in overtime. Because EnVision finished with over a minute left, they are the only ones that get to attack. They have 2 minutes and 3 seconds to get this first point. That is adorable.
Oh, is that the same Mercy? Do you remember the Mercy?
Yeah, I think
yes, that's him. He's the MVP. He's the real MVP.
But there's 2 minutes and 3 seconds for EnVision to get 1/3 of the point, and both teams had a clean take a first point on their first tries.
Neither team really able to mount a defense through first or through second, but Zonda is going to be on this McCree already. He feels it. There's going to be
a
Pharah on the field for EnVision.
I like the Zarya because it's pretty much you get grab, you win the fight, you win the game. That's all it's going to be. 2 minutes to get 1 grab. Pressure's on you now, McGravy, to pull this one off. And let's see what the energy generation is able to get. It's really hard to do with a D.Va. You have to have a lot of synergy between you and your other tank player to not defense matrix when you want energy. And he's going to focus directly over on a K-Moba too, because that's free energy. Also, Jongi, there's so many targets that feed him free energy.
Old battery. He is literally a battery for McGravy at this point. McGravy already sitting at 40%. Super high charges at 90. They need to take him down now. He will fall. But will the res come out to bring him back in? Kha'Zix not going to use it quite yet. Kha'Zix does fall to K-Moba, but still, Fire is the one on fire right now as he's coming alive, taking it out, and that's going to be EnVision. They get a map on the board. Ultimately, it's going to be a 3-1 victory for Flash Wolves, though.
Yeah, but I think it was important for EnVision to win that map.
It's a mental victory.
Exactly. It's a big mental victory for them, because if they went down 0-4 after McGravy said, yeah, we're going to win this 4-0, they'd be in a very bad place the rest of the day and maybe the rest of tomorrow, too. So a very big win for them, personally, I think. And I don't know. I mean, the first game is always going to be the hardest for you. When you're playing in a region where you don't know the teams, you don't know their play styles, you're not able to fill them out just yet, and you haven't had a ton of time on the new patch just yet. They're going to have tomorrow to now go over scrims.
Go over scrims, go over VODs. Yeah,
hear the trash talk we've been saying about them. Love you guys, I swear. But they have that opportunity now to have a day off and to go into a doubleheader on Saturday. Maybe 12 picks.
I mean, that's where they really do need to save their mentality for, right? Save the mental fortitude.
The thing is for them, it's not like Vici Gaming's going to be any different. You have Dia, who's a better McCree than Zonda, and you have Jason, who can play Tracer relatively well. So it's not like you're going against a team that's going to have a different style that you have to prepare for. You're going against a team that's going to have a very similar style to how you lost. So you definitely have the opportunity to change things up going into their match versus Vici on Saturday.
I mean, I like that look. McGravy on the hog. It took a little while to get going.